Ollie, thanks for being here.
Of course.
Yeah, could you give a bit about your background and what you do at 3-Step?
Sure. So, grew up playing sports like most people in here. Played softball, played field hockey, hated running, so softball really is the one that won out. So I was lucky enough to get a scholarship to go play at UMass Lowell, so that put me in Massachusetts, and then graduated, did exactly what my parents wanted me to do, go get a job with my degree. So I went to the riveting world of investment banking. Did that for a while, wasn't ready to give up the dream, so I'm coaching 14U softball program, local, knew nobody. Did that for about 3 years, and then the owner said, hey, we got bought. And I'm like, I'm just a 1099, what does that mean? He's like, yeah, this company called 3-Step Sports bought us. It's gonna be really big, I think it's gonna be something. So stick around, let us know. So probably about a year later, I go hand in my coaching contract to this random office, and I'm like, why do I have to hand in this contract? This feels very corporate. And I'm talking to the woman who was the COO at the time, and she's like, do you want a job? And I was like, I coach 14U softball, why are you offering me a job? I'm like, what's the job? And she was like, there's not really titles, we have about 40 people, we're trying to acquire some clubs and expand. So I'm like, all right, let's do this. I quit my job. My mom's like, are you sure you want to do that? I'm like, this feels right. This feels like something I should do. And 7 years later, I found myself in a handful of operation roles, and now we have 1,500 employees, and I'm the vice president of one of our largest regions, so
awesome.
It was quite the spin.
And I know most people in this room probably know of 3-Step, and I know there's been a lot of change that's gone through the organization. Can you kind of give everyone an idea of what your role is within the organization and what you oversee today?
For sure. So 3-Step Sports started off as we were going to get some clubs, and then we had a partnership at the time with Under Armour, so we were going to be like, if anyone has a baseball or softball background, how there's Team Mizuno, we thought we were going to be like Team Under Armour and kind of spread that way. That, as many of you know, things change fast in sports. That vision lasted about 6 months, and we started bringing in event companies, clubs. We expanded from just baseball and softball into basketball. Today we have 7 sports. We've acquired over 60 companies, and we really just rolled into this growth and acquisition model. And our primary purpose is modernizing youth sports. So for all you guys we've talked so much about these RFPs, and you need data. And I'm sure the data you get is not good. And by not good, I mean non-existent, not real. We have continued to figure out why is youth sports been this, why am I handing you a paper raffle ticket to get in? You're paying with cash. There's no legitimacy to it. You don't know where your money's going. And that you don't know where the refs came from, the coaches. So our vision was we need to modernize this. This needs to be better for everybody involved. It needs to be safer. It needs to be more athlete focused. And we just want to continue to empower people, our players, our families, our staff through sport. And that's been our vision. So in the process of acquiring over 60 companies, we've continued to grow, and through bringing all of this in-house, we're able to see what works, what doesn't work, and provide the best for not only our athletes and our families, but the cities that we bring impact to as well.
And I know that you work with a lot of destination partners that are here today. Could you give an example of a successful partnership and what really stands out from that partnership?
For sure. So I think one of my favorite stories to talk about is, and they happen to be here, is Rock Hill. So, like I said, I have been at 3-Step for 7 years, and the seat I sit in today is new and different. I came from, I was taking gate on weekends during COVID because we couldn't hire outside staff because it wasn't safe. And, I've had every job that there could be. So when we did have the Adidas contract, Rock Hill had, recently started taking in these bigger name clients with their new center. So Adidas comes in, and we're not really sure how it's going to work. And I'm like, well, let's get on a plane and let's go. I've never heard of Rock Hill, South Carolina, and I can't imagine what this place looks like, because as you all know, the space it takes to build a really beautiful facility is usually not in the middle of New York. It's in somewhere you've probably never heard of. So I walk in and I'm like, wow, this place is beautiful. That's a great start. Then we meet their staff, and the staff from the minute we walked in was rolling out the red carpet. And that's not something that needs to be done, but that's something you remember. And I was like, is this normal? Like, is this because you're Adidas? And they're like, this is how they treat every person that walks in this door. And it's something I will remember forever. And like I said, this is not something that we expect. Like, we come here, we do a job, but they're offering staff, they're offering help. I mentioned that I really love the Powerball that one of the volunteer hospitality people had for breakfast that morning. And she drove 30 minutes to get me my own pack, which I was like, this is just, it's the hospitality piece and the thoughtfulness that really changed things for us. And whenever we're looking to do an event, and if we're tied, if two places are tied, it really is those like extra pieces that make us rethink, like, okay, maybe we really should go here because our experience is going to be that much better. They're going to care that much more. And Brian knows things were not always seamless. Like, we've had some weird stuff happen while we've been there, and that's the place I want things to go wrong, because I know I have an incredible team with our three-step team and the city and every person that they can reach helping us get through the event.
That's incredible. I mean, we've seen it just through doing this conference, how important that partnership is, and just the small things go such a long way. And so, where are you looking to expand now? I know you guys are all across the country. Are there any opportunities for new destinations to host one of your events?
Yeah, I think I was saying this to Carrie the other night, and we go to so many of these shows, and for anyone who's done appointments with us, you sit down with me and you're like, I have this awesome forecourt facility. I can't bring a huge event that's going to make massive economic impact to your forecourt facility. It is beautiful. It is well built. It does not serve the need that I have. And I'm willing to sit there and say that back, because if we're not having an honest conversation, I think it was mentioned up on the RFP process, honesty and transparency is so important. I think it's one of the biggest things lacking in the destination and rights holders relationship. I think knowing the rights holder side of things, some of the destinations tell me what another rights holder told them, and I am not in their books, but as someone who does the books and the numbers and the real economic impact on these things, it just doesn't sound real. It's not possible. And I don't think that they're doing it because I think they're trying to get a check. And that is not how you build a relationship. And just like you guys said, you're going to pick up that phone, and if one person gets burned, no other city is going to get burned, because everyone's going to hear that. So for us, the honest answer is, for the last 3 years, I didn't have anything. I didn't have this new cool thing that I could just put in your city and say, this is going to create massive economic impact. That's just not real. And if someone does, I hope Three Step buys them. And if we're not, they might not have it. But we do now. And so recently, and I don't know if any of you guys follow us, we recently partnered with the UFC doing their BJJ series, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Outside of the title, I know nothing about the sport, so please don't ask follow-up questions on that.
That was my next question.
But what I do know is it's partnered with the UFC, it's traveling around, and for the first time, I can, in full honesty, say, we are looking for a new place that could accommodate jiu-jitsu. And that's, indoor event space. It's not just courts, it's not just fields, it's just, it's essentially really large, elevated warehouse space, which can be courts, but if you have, cemented in hoops, it's not going to work for us. So they can bring the mats in. And we're really excited about this. It's a new partnership. Obviously, the UFC is an incredible partner. But now we can go out and say, we have an RFP. Here's an opportunity for us to do something new that, we weren't able to honestly say before. So we're super excited about that as we continue to grow.
That's awesome. Does anyone have a question for Ari? Specifically about jiu-jitsu?
Except for the rules of jiu-jitsu.
Well, yeah, Jordan.
So you mentioned you guys have acquired like over 60 different event companies, stuff that is awesome. But a lot of us have different facilities. We're rocking obviously some of the other parts of you guys already. But for any niche sports or any kind of things that are more outside the box, or for you guys specifically, that other destinations you would like them to go to, or any kind of things actually highlights you want to showcase?
Yeah, our UFC and combat division is definitely the most unique. And then outside of that, we're really in the traditional sports. Flag football is now also feeling very traditional, whereas 2 or 3 years ago it wasn't. And field hockey as well. From needs, very traditional, but just you're not seeing that a ton across the country. Those are our biggest niche areas right now. But one thing that I think is really, really important, we have this white label side of us where we're putting on events for, in the past it was an Adidas, today it's an Under Armour, and so we're running that event on behalf of that company. We have the rights to that event, but we're running it under another brand. So I do think it's really interesting as, all the destinations, if you have a massive need that, maybe they built a BJJ facility and you can reach out to us and say, I need something in here and I don't know if I can, but if you have the idea and we can work together, you can then propose me an idea of like, here's the preset funding. And we are operators. We're the best operators in the country. Like we know our craft. We do this all over. We run 1,500 events a year, from the highest of high to the lowest of low. So if you have a need, we would love to come in and see if we can support that, because this is relationship based and we can create that relationship and not only see if we can grow something with your city, but also bring more there that fits our other needs.
Any other questions? Yep.
So you cover mainly outdoor sports, indoor and outdoor?
Yeah, indoor and outdoor. So we have lacrosse, soccer, field hockey for our outdoor, and then indoor we have basketball, volleyball. We do some futsal. BJJ is inside. If someone, maybe we do an outdoor event. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe we have some ideas.
We'll find out. We have a lot of research
I'm going to learn a lot about combat in my future, and then football as well. So we run the Under Armour All-American football series, which is individual based, and then we also run and host the Under Armour All-American game that's on ESPN on New Year's Day every year.
Any other questions? No? Well, Ari, thank you so much. If anyone wants to get in contact with you, how should they find you?
I believe you have my email. It's my first name, last name at 3step.com. Spell out 3 because the number 3 is a domain we could not get. So
Interesting. Okay, well, thank you, Ari. Appreciate it. Awesome. You're the best. Thank you.